we have a very intelligent pathogen, right? They're mimicking diseases, right? So how do you treat something that's mimicking a disease, right? And it's not that disease. Yeah, that is a tough one. Like I said, I loaded up on sugar and observe what was happening, right? Even I was looking for hair follicles because of the area of my armpits, right? And I also experienced like an exploding sensation, right? So basically, what I can say from this hair, right? My first mixture that went all over my bag. Yeah, I don't know, my bag needed some relief from pain and inflammation and all of that. Yeah, I had the fenugreek oil into that, yeah? And that's good for pain. That's good for a lot of different health complaints that common we suffer from. It is also used for weight loss, so that was helping me very well there. And you know, I did the drinking part with the coconut oil, and then I did the rubbing part of it, right? So far I would say it's so good, because whenever the swelling goes down, right, like I say, you're not seeing any head, but whenever the swelling actually goes down, I would notice that it's just like the normal size as when it started, or it will almost come back to the relief of my normal skin. So I was also thinking to myself, my skin is a little bit tough, it needs softening. So last night I added some baking soda. Most times when you're doing these form of research, right, what they do is they give you a certain amount of money and the sponsors within it. So the research, okay, you're doing for a couple pharmaceutical companies, right? They would have certain pills that they formulated. So you're to buy that, you're to see how that is to work. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not going to use the doctor's medication, but at this point in time here where I'm at, I refrain from it because you need to win your body out from the last medication that you would have taken, since there's side effects and complications that can occur if the other medication is still in high dose and then you start taking the other one which is in high dose. Now remember I said because of the name, you know that there's presence of bacteria and fungal. Now there was some ripening, there was some yellowing at some point in time, as I said, when I went to get the second repeat there, you know, because I suspected it to be like an abscess, you know, but like further looking at it, adding the sugar, I said no, it looking like a cancer because I felt something dropping from my breast too, you know. And when coming up to this point here now, because we're in another week and today's Wednesday, it's the middle of another week, which is we give results within 7 days, right? Within 3 to 4 days in the first application, we saw that it disappeared, right? So like today now, when I go to buy juice, because I normally buy certain things, like if cranberry or so, looking at the sugar content, I had to look for things that was 0 sugar. Yeah, 0 sugar. Now I have to go back and get all these oils again, so that's a big money. I was kind of hoping that I would just get away with it, but as I said, most of these pathogens now, they are being stubborn, and we have to be very careful how we approach it. The good thing is that it's one area at this point. I told you when I added the nutmeg, it's split in 3, but right at this point here right now, it's just at this little corner here, you know what I mean? It's not painful at the moment because I tell you I blast real oil in it this morning. And that's the rosemary with the camphor, with the clove oil, and the neem, right? So basically, after I had the punch and so yesterday, I would have done a stool, and I was looking at it, and I saw that it was green, not like the green gum, but normally the green like water, you know. So basically, we know our body retains water at times, and if your body is retaining water, this will also continue the swelling and so forth. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the medication is not working, but it means now that you would need something to help you now, and the fenugreek is good at that. So that's why I didn't get the big swelling business and all of that when I applied to the foot, and why I didn't feel, because when I got down, I sat down, and if I know the foot paining me, so I say, let me put the bones together and I make a twist. You know what I mean? And within not doing the cast and so, and having the stick, I realized that I was getting a twisting when I walk in my waist, you know, like a whining business halfway. So I also observed that, and like I said, the rosemary oil is good for spasm and all of that, right? So basically right now it's getting rid of the weight and getting rid of this entirely, because now if it is a high content of acid also in there, I want to believe that, because another thing that cancer likes is acid and sugar with cancer, yeah, bloating and all of that. And like I say, the fenugreek is very good for that. So you could choose some seeds, you can add it into water, you can blend it, apply to your hair. It's good for hair growth and all of that. So there are spices and herbs that we can use. It will not be fast, but at the same time, the conventional medication is not fast. It takes a while. Sometimes you have to be repeating. Now, we know that antibiotics is very dangerous, and we should be very careful with it. I am so thanking God because I'm not twisting up, bending up. I'm not lying down in a coma, yeah? Because as I said, you know, a stroke, a heart attack, could have gotten both at the same time, wouldn't even know, because, you know, it was just like in a daze. Yeah, it was just like, just calm down. Don't bother to do anything or try to make it worse, right? Also, again now, contaminated persons. The diclofenac fell out my bag. It was on my bed for a while, and then I did not see it. I know for a fact that people are entering into my place, and I know for a fact that they are sick. So the pathogen from them coming into me, and now I am like, it keeps starting over. Every entry is a re-entry, is a rollover. Yeah, every entry is a rollover. So that is also what you would have to look at, limiting contacts and so using things with people. Because I had my mouthwash, and I'm like, well, I don't really suffer from bad breath. So once bad breath, I know it's my esophagus, my gut, something, you know, food indigestion is something to do with my digestive tracts, right? But I say no, this thing and taken. So I bought another mouthwash, and I just kept it in my bag, and the bad breath went away. So they're using my stuff, body wash and all of that, and that is not good, right? If they're wearing my clothes and then I put it back on dirty clothes, because it doesn't matter. Even if you put it on for a second, sweat is odor causing bacteria and very dangerous. So more and more is researching what's getting it where it's at. Thank God it's not going nowhere else. It's just around that area there, and it can't move very fast. But at the same time, we have to protect the organs. Organs are very important, and entry, knowing entry forms, blocking entry forms, blocking the things that it feeds on. So what you eat is critical and crucial. in the point of getting better, right? So taking the doctor medication, I was thinking to myself, after it has disappeared, it would be the good time to take it. So then whatever, because some things, like I say, they would, they just function in certain way, like an inactive ingredient, but when mixed with other stuff, then you get it out. So like the ginger and all of that, you will push it up to the surface. Now definitely, as I've been saying, my body is tough. Yeah, so because of the toughness is what's having it impossible to really spread all over me and make me look like a leprosy patient. Yeah, and that is wonderful. So sometimes you want to spend the money, you want to do something else, but health is important. So that's a decision that I'm left with here now, to get rid of it quickly. Because like I say, food is also important, because you can see the sea moss having the collagen, and so you can see the shine back into my skin, and you can see there's no inflammation, so there's no yellow, and the fenugreek again is very good for acne conditions. So keeping you posted, it's a mimic.